All right. This episode brought to you by Steve and Baby Girl. You want to do the video with me? Bree went upstairs and Mama's sleeping. Okay, cool. We're going to do the video together. I love you too. No, she's over here by me. Who's your girl? Who's your girl? Anyway, what this video is about is a friend of mine and co-worker for many years, Willie Wilster. He had a father-in-law get him a whole bunch of records. Didn't hear the full story if the father-in-law was cleaning out his attic or passed away. And golly gee, it would be horrible just to assume one or the other. So we'll just say the records passed from father-in-law to William. And of course, he knows me. He knows my passion, my craziness, and my love for records and such. And he decided to give me a nice mountain of records. So much to where I'm not going to be able to have them all shown in one episode. But what I have done is each bag's worth, which is about 50 or so. I'm going to go through, I've already done records I need with records that are doubles that I will be giving away. And then at the end, we'll have a little giveaway after the last episode. Not after this episode, the last episode. Okay? So, let's start off with records that we found in there that I needed for my collection. A classical historical record. The Impossible Dream, the story of the 1967 Red Sox. In really good shape. That's got some historical type value to it, right? I had mentioned in my Facebook post that there is a rare old K-Tel that I didn't have. And this is it. Well, there's another K-Tel, but 26 sing-along honky-tonk piano non-stop classics. And you know it's old. It's actually, I believe, 1970. Look at the label. Yeah. That is an old K-Tel. Wow. I'm excited about that. I am super excited about that. Next up, you guys might remember a previous video not too long ago I talked about I had 4 copies of a record from Jesse Crawford doing organs and chimes for Christmas. Well, Jesse Crawford wasn't just about doing organs and chimes for Christmas. Jesse Crawford has organ favorites all over. This one's in simulated stereo, but it still has the mono number on Decca. The Poet of the Organ, it's called. And pretty much, covers of songs that Sunnyside Street, Mac of the Knife, things like that, but on the organ. If Jessie's a girl, then she can play on my organ anytime. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, adding to my Ray Conniff collection. Artist I collect, I have a mainstream collection of that I'm missing. In the shrink, Ray Conniff's Hawaii album. Nice. A record that I have, but I don't have a white label promo of. Fresh Flower, Jane Morgan. Yes, new approach to big hits. But I do have the regular version of this. Now I've got a white label promo. Nice. Firehouse 5 Goes South. This is Firehouse 5 plus 2. Don't forget, Goes South. I think this is their 5th album. In the 10-inch section, little Jack Teagarden and his orchestra with the blues. He's known as the master of the blues trombone. Yeah, seriously, that's what he's called. Master of the blues trombone. Jack Teagarden. Haven't heard of him before, but I kind of want to check him out. Another mainline collection I collect is the Three Sons. I do not have the Three Sons, a swinging thing. Interesting thing, when I was inputting this into Discogs, there's like 4 or 5 different stereo versions, but only one pressing and one release of the mono version. And that's this one. Pretty good shape, too. So, neaterino. I like my goofy promo things. Brought to you by Zenith, the television and VCR company. I had a Zenith VCR. Presents a collector's item, the Jazz Set. Look at that. What we got on here? Dave Brubeck, a few songs. Duke Ellington, kind of cool. Nice little compilation. I have this as a gatefold 2-album set, but this is the box set release of Benny Goodman Carnegie Hall Concert. And it's weird. It's a box, and then it's got hard LP-like sleeves, 2 of them inside that box. It's same set, same thing, just in a box. Interesting. Keeping that too because it isn't the same pressing. It's different. College Jazz Sampler. Actual jazz concerts recorded on the campuses of Amherst, Princeton, Rutgers, and NYU. Take a look at the back there. A little different. And RCA Orange Weird Label, but not Dynaflex. A Warm Shade of Ivory, the piano and orchestra and chorus of Henry Mancini. Includes Love Sing the Romeo and Juliet, little Henry Mancini compilation record there. Then, the old band leader of The Tonight Show, Skitch Henderson, with the Tonight Show Orchestra with Skitch Tonight. That's kind of cool. Before Dax Severinsen, you know. And whoever's doing it now, I don't know. I give up. Who they change hosts. Now, here is a neat one. First of all, I was inspired by it because it said Spanish Rice with Clark Terry and Chico Farrell. It was a very shiny gatefold. And I was like, wow, this is cool. This is neat. Then I started to look it up and realized that this record's actually going for a good amount of money. And then I pull the record out. It's the white label promo, which isn't in, well, I can even feel the ridges on there. It's straight. The white label promo isn't even in Discogs, and in Discogs, the regular version of this is sold for $50 on a regular basis. I think the cheapest one was like $30. So I gotta check this out. I don't know what it is. Honey, I love you, but I'm trying to do a video. I know you're sicky poo. Will you please try not to snore, sweetie? Love you. Okay. I just don't know what the microphone can pick up or not. Billy Tipton plays Hi-Fi on piano. Now, this is old. You can always tell it's from the 50s with the cover on it. It's an old Columbia. Same thing would be on a 10-inch. It would just look the same, but with that LP on there. Of course, it is a 6i. It would be from that era. Anniversary songs, Ken Griffin on the organ. I have a Ken Griffin section, too, so that works. Now, here's another fun one I got. Imagine. We didn't just get the Hooked on Swing Orchestra, but we get the knockoff version of that, Switched on Swing, okay? We got their music playing in the background. Then we get Debbie Reynolds to do a exercise album on top of Switched on Swing, and we put it on K-Tel Records. This has so much awesomeness, I can't even put a name on it. Look at that. Do it Debbie's way. Yeah. This is awesome. I love this. I love you, Debbie. All right. Pete Fountaine. Wasn't usually a fan because I didn't have much exposure to him, but the more I got in like Al Hurt records with him on it and a bunch of other things, I realized that, you know, Pete Fountaine is the guy that's in that genre of loungy schlock music that I love. He just does the clarinet instead of the trumpet or the trombone or the, you know, the saxophone. So, yeah, Pete Fountaine. Pretty cool stuff. Mood Indigo. And last but not least, of this bag, the prideiest pride. I have some pretty proud ones in there. But this one's a big one. If you guys remember right, Herb Alpert had started A&M Records, and his first album was A&M 101, which was his Lonely Bull record. And he had his studio band playing with him on that, because as you know, they weren't Hispanic horn players in the Tijuana Brass. They were all white studio musicians, okay? And they were studio musicians. Studio musicians don't like to go on the road, nor do they want to. Plus, they make better money sometimes being in the studio, because when they're done that album, they can make 5 or 6 other albums with other bands and people continue to make money. So those studio musicians did not want to go on tour. So Herb got together a group of people when he toured to be the Tijuana Brass. Well, the touring Tijuana Brass said, hey, we would like to make records too, because you can make money selling records, and we want some of that. So he went and assembled them together and called them the Baja Marimba Band. What's awesome about this one is, this is the Baja Marimba Band's first record. This is the first pressing of their first record. You'll notice it's so early, there isn't somebody standing backwards peeing like all the other covers, and you'll notice it's actually A&M 104. This is the 4th record ever made by A&M Records. And I collect Baja Marimba because I love Herb Alpert, and this technically is Herb Alpert. Wow! That is a great find. So, that is the stuff I'm keeping out of the first bag. When did I get the first bag that's available to you guys? Keep track, keep an eye out at the end when I do my giveaway. We'll see what we're going on here. And that's this stack of records here. Tijuana Brass. You know, the beat of the brass. Gatefold, good shape. In the shrink still, going places. That Firehouse 5 I showed earlier, there's 2 of them in that bag. Same exact pressing, same exact everything. I don't know why he had 2, so one of them's going to you guys. I already have this W.C. Fields record. Actually pretty funny, pretty good. Real excerpts from his stage performances and movies. His funniest bits. Boots with Strings. Love Boots Randolph. Do have this one already. And My World, Eddie Arnold. This one's in the shrink. I'm probably going to swap out with the one I got, but I will have a version of this available. And that, my good friends, is part 1, the first bag of stuff that William gave to me. Wow. A nice chunk going into the collection. I'm excited. So, sit tight, take care, and some point in the indiscriminate future, I'll have part 2. And again, as a teaser, in one of these bags is an LP signed with 4 different colored permanent markers by every single member of a Grammy award-winning legendary band. I told him to keep it and try to sell it on his own. I looked online. I couldn't find ones that were signed by that band for less than $200. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not selling it or giving it away. But that will be coming up in one of these videos. It's pretty awesome. So stay tuned and wait for part 2. Take care.